Okay, mesh light, night light, there it is. So in my mesh light, I'm going to see two things happening. Here I have a lamp, okay, and I have this lamp in the bottom. So I'm just going to render it, and right now I have area light here, just because I wanted you to see how the scene looks. So now I have this lamp added here, and this kind of paper desk lamp. And the light that you're seeing coming from behind is this area light, but it looks totally fake, of course. Okay, and so as I said, it's not meant to make your overall scene, but some detail scenes. Okay, so how do I create a mesh light? I'm basically going to go here, just create a cube. Okay, so if I render this, that's just a cube. Okay, if I want this to be a mesh light, I just click on this one and it automatically makes it into a mesh light. So I just have to have it selected and it puts it as a mesh light. Okay, I could also break the connection and then look for this one in the hypershade, but let's just go back and leave it as it is. So I'm gonna erase right now the area light, okay? And now it's black. Why? Because the exposure of that mesh light is really little. So I put it up to 17. Now I have light from the mesh light, okay? But I don't see it really. So I can make here light visible, which looks totally fake, okay? So I might wanna use this mesh light to make this fake light coming from somewhere. So if I don't see the mesh light, if it's behind me, let's say it's actually here behind the camera, okay, then it could work. But if you think about it, the mesh light is nothing else than 6 area lights. That's all it's doing. So the light that I have right now from this mesh light is nothing different than me actually creating a bunch of area lights, okay? And by looking at my mesh light, I don't really see anything pretty there. Okay, so that's where you have to be careful with your mesh light. Now let's work with the mesh lights that we have in the scene, or that I want to create in the scene. So I have this one, it's my light bulb, okay, and I'm going to increase the exposure to 18. And I get this kind of a scene. So why do I have so much noise in this one? It has nothing to do with my light. It's because it's a subsurface scattering shader. Till now, all my noise had actually to do with the light, and maybe if I was using transparency. In this case, it has to do with the shader. Okay, and if I increase right now my indirect lights, there, I get more light, but it's really not that much. Okay, so that's my point. In this case, it really makes no sense to light the whole scene through this mesh light. Okay, it's just meant to give a little bit of detail of something that is happening in this corner. Okay, that's one thing. Now I'm gonna turn this off, this light off. Okay, so now I have this lamp up here, and I'm just gonna make this into a mesh light. So I just select mesh light, that's it. Okay, and if I render this, I also don't have anything because it has too little exposure. So I'm just gonna increase it to 17. Okay, and now I have the typical light you would have in an interior, but this is looking a bit too fake. Why does this look so fake? Because it has no glow. Okay, because I usually see a glow when I take a picture. And then again, I can increase the indirect light and get more light out of it. Okay, in general terms, this is actually an ugly light. Why? It's looking so sad. It's too white. Now it's looking more like a house. It was too white, too much of an office. But that's already my point about the temperature and then you can increase more samples here, of course, and make it brighter. Okay.